So for those of you that watched the last few episodes, you'll know why this Fiat 500 looks like this. This was a car I probably shouldn't have bought. It's battered, every single panel is battered. However, the engine, gearbox, everything else is mint on it. I got offered a Fiat 500 with a seized engine, and I bought it so that I could put the engine of this good 500 to use. A few of you in the comments have been asking to see more of my mechanic, Michael, so we're going to be doing an engine swap on this 500 today. Let's get to work. So that's the good engine on the floor there. We took it out with pretty much all in one piece. Gearbox still on. We know the gearbox is good. Basically, we know this engine runs as it should do. So rather than messing about with a car that we bought as a non-runner, which we have no idea what does and doesn't work on it, we just took the whole thing out as a block. So at the minute, the car that we want to sell with a bad engine is coming out. Same thing, we'll take it out as a big lump. Swap them over. We're gonna probably do a video on the bad engine. Me and Michael are gonna take it apart and see what's actually gone wrong with it, because like I said, we bought this as a complete non-runner. I have no idea what's actually wrong with it, but we know there's no compression, so at some point we'll do a video of us stripping that engine down and try and get to the bottom of what's really happened with it. But for now, the main goal is just to get this engine out. As the dead engine is out, rather than having two engines sat around in here, Michael's gonna quickly just get this in place. Just finished stripping over everything with a few engine mounts, gearbox mounts and stuff, so it's safe to roll out with the engine in situ. Is that right?
Hopefully.
There's already quite a bit of stuff in here. We are moving units. It's supposed to be Monday, but it's not going to happen now because all the electrics aren't done and the toilet isn't plumbed in. So at the minute we're just trying to make sure we're not tripping over things. So we'll get this engine back in situ. This will probably get done, what do you reckon, Mark, on Monday, Tuesday?
Hopefully Monday.
Yeah, it's only a half-hour job, that, isn't it, really? Just a couple of bolts and stuff. Easy. One new engine in situ. It's currently been held by this gearbox mount here and also this engine mount up there. The jack is now out. All that's left to do is find out where each of these little bolts go, which actually it looks like a lot of bolts, but for a whole engine swap, isn't actually that many. Definitely seen worse ones, but yeah, this is gonna now chuck some wheels on this bad boy and then we'll pull this out and get on with today's jobs. So Michael's just made a fantastic discovery that I should probably have checked before agreeing to do an engine swap on this car. Talk me through what's just happened, Michael.
Well, come in to actually wire it up, plug it all back in, and found out that plugs are different. This one's got ECU mounted onto the engine. The car that we're actually going to run, the ECU's on the car inside. So this wiring loom's not going to fit this engine. We have taken the wire loom off of that one, put it onto this engine. All it is.
So what are you going to do now then, Michael?
I've got to take all this wiring harness off this car, off this engine, put it on that one.
Which also means pulling this engine back out again. So I'd love to stay and help you, but I'm going to go and do some spreadsheet stuff.
Yeah. You're going to go out now. Yes, thank you.
So yeah, any engine swaps I've done in the past, courses, Ibizas, I've always checked the engine code, but I've naively just assumed that because a 500 is probably one of the most basic cars that's made, I just thought, you know what, it's the same kind of year, it's going to be absolutely the same. All the makeup of it, the gearbox, everything looks exactly the same, but obviously the wiring, for whatever reason, is different. So we're going to try and just swap the wiring looms across. I don't think there's any way of really checking if this is going to work until it's done and it's back in the car. So my fingers are crossed. The only saving grace is that if it doesn't work, it's actually taking them about 2.5 hours to get the engine out. So it's not great for him, but for me, the time lost on it for the sake of a free engine, it's kind of, because I obviously already had the car, it's worth a go. So I'll leave Michael with that. I think it's going to be a good few hours work for him, but yeah. So the good engine is back out of the old car on the floor over here. Now, to get the loom off, I've had to strip off the timing belt cover. So we're obviously we were gonna do this anyway, but the timing belt's gonna be replaced on this. It doesn't look too bad, to be honest, but whilst you're in there, I might as well change it. And here is the bad engine. So what we have to do now, this is the engine off this is the loom, sorry, off of the good engine.
Call it a bad engine, he'll get upset. It's a broken
Sorry,
engine.
the broken engine. So that's just as bad. If you called someone that had mental health issues broken, that's worse than saying that they're bad.
A non-running engine then.
A non-running engine, whatever. This is the loom off. This is the one off the good engine. That's the bad engine.
No. That's the wiring loom off the good engine.
That's the wiring off the good engine.
But we want the wiring loom off the bad engine.
Gotcha. So we're going to steal the loom off of this one, which has got the correct plugs on it, and that one's going to be transferred off there onto the good engine. Then that can go back into the car, and hopefully, as long as the engines are internally the same, we should be good to go. Should be. Now this Fiat 500 has pissed oil everywhere. We're assuming when we've been manhandling it around, we've probably knocked the sump. I mean, it's pretty badly corroded anyway, as you can see, so there's a good chance we put a hole in that. But it doesn't matter, because we've got another one here, which doesn't look as bad. So Michael's just finishing swapping the looms across. Yeah, here's what we put earlier. So what are you doing now?
Just put an heater hose on. Clip was damaged at that.
So it was easier to change it before I put engine in than transfer it before. And then it can try it again.
Should be running, hopefully by the end of today we should have a running 500. Fingers crossed. Let's crack on.
There is exhaust my blow, because, well it will blow.
Exhaust my blow. So where are we up to now? What's connected?
Right, everything's connected except the water system. But I'm too impatient to wait, I've got to see if it starts. So I've checked water, checked oil.
You've checked the water, there's none there.
There's none there. Checked oil, oil's alright. Everything's connected up electrical wise, so it should start. They're into an exhaust clamp, so it may blow from exhaust, but I just want to see if it'll fire.
Let's do it.
If it'll fire, then we can go.
Turn the key, baby.
You ready?
Yep. Hey! No.
It runs.
Good work, mate.
It runs.
You've done that pretty quick, really, haven't you?
I'm impressed with that.
Have some of that. Right, let's get this built back up again and pull around.
Change two sensors because cables weren't long enough to go all the way to that side. And they both.
What have you done with the sump?
What?
What have you done with the sump?
No, that's on.
Oh, that's off the that's off the bad engine, is
That's
it?
off the bad engine, so
Oh, that's all right then.
I can worry about that later.
So at some point, like I said, me and Michael are going to strip this down and see if we can get to the bottom of what it was. Now, if you look around here, where's the cam belt, Mike? Oh, here it is. So the cam belt, we suspected the cam belt may have snapped, but you can tell this overhand, the cam belt is still intact, so it isn't that. Which, to be honest, is that good news or bad news? It's probably bad news, really, isn't it?
Yeah, because the chances now it's going to be egg cracked.
We'll still take it apart. We'll still take it apart and find out. I'm still confident we can fix it, but we'll see. A little issue with the Fiat 500 that Marcus put an engine in. If you look, there's no throttle pedal at all. Now we believe we should have had to code or tell the computer to learn the new throttle body, because obviously the throttle body on this engine is not the one that belongs to this car. So we tried to learn it using the computer, but it's not having it. So we're just going to put the throttle body off the old engine back onto this one. So it's actually it is actually the original throttle body for this engine. Put this one back onto this car. So yeah, just crack on and get that done. It's only 4 bolts, I think. The morning was going far too well, so we sold 3 cars on a Monday morning. One of them was left 10 minutes ago, and unfortunately it's just broken down. So we're going to nip out now and grab it back. It's just lost power, so I'm going to guess, without seeing it or knowing anything, maybe the alternator's gone or the alternator belt's come off. I haven't introduced you to the new truck. This is my 1997 reg Ford Transit truck. Paid 1,200 quid, I think I paid for it. And it's a beast, I absolutely love it. I love old, battered old cars, and it's things like this, like, it does its job, it's very functional. And they're just bulletproof. The older vehicles, they don't break down every 10 miles. Like, this thing sounds like a tractor, it is a tractor, and it starts every time. So let's go out, fetch the Venga back, and hopefully it's nothing serious. So that's the Kia Venga back on the truck on its way back to the yard. It started up straight away with the jump pack on it, so the belt hasn't snapped. Check the auxiliary belt, that's all still intact. So I'm thinking it's probably just going to be an alternator, but we'll get it back, test the alternator, make sure it's giving the right voltage and everything, and go from there. But not ideal. Luckily the couple were lovely, really okay about it. Jack's just giving them a lift home now. It's not what you want, but like I said, they were really understanding, and there's not many garages that within minutes of you breaking down were there at roadside sort of recovering you. So we've done all the right things. We weren't to know if it was going to happen. Just get it back and see what's going on with this. It's a bit of a weird one, really. The auxiliary belt's still intact, and when you put a multimeter on the battery, it's charged at 14.3, which would indicate the alternator is working as it should. It's It's now starting first time off the key again, so Jack's going to have a test drive in it, see if we can make it fault again, so we've got something to actually look into. But the minute we've got it back, starts up fine, everything appears to be alright. So the only weird one is it's got a new battery in it that we haven't put on it, so maybe it makes you think, has someone else had a problem with it down in the past and that's why it's been traded in? But we do at least 40 miles in every car that comes in, so we've done plenty of miles in it and we've not had this problem before, so bit of a weird one.
So let's have a bit of a roundup on this episode. As you can see, the Fiat 500 that we put an engine in failed its MOT. It required us to put a set of handbrake cables on to sort out the parking brake, a new front number plate, a front near side tyre and 2 lower arms. After doing 90 miles in the Kia Venga, we finally got it to fault. We ended up sending it to Nathan Electromec, that you will have seen in my previous videos if you've watched the channel. He found a loose connection that when the engine was moving on its engine mounts, it was pulling this connection out, so he was able to rectify that fault. The car's been returned to the customer and we haven't heard from them since, so I'm guessing no news is good news.
The Fiat 500, which we put an engine in, on this passenger side, the front alloys are a bit chewed up and nasty. So what I'm going to do is I took this one that's already been taken off to Fisher's Paint, who have basically checked the colour against a few sort of good swatch cars. They've got like different colours of paint on. I've got some paint coming out for them, so I'm going to do 2 alloys on that side, and then we're going to also, if we get time, we're going to address this Fiat 500, get the bonnet changed over, because obviously we damaged the lacquer taking these go faster stripes off. We're also going to hopefully get the alloys back to a normal colour, shall we say. Then we can get that up for sale as well.
So as you can hopefully see, there's just some light scuffing all over the front face of the alloy. Let's get it sanded back and repainted. As you can see here, I've clearly sanded out all of the imperfections from the face of the alloy. Luckily none of them were too deep, so there's no need for any filler on these alloys. One of the main things I'm looking forward to in the new unit is the radio service. In this current unit, the only radio station we can get is LCR FM, which is questionable and is run by the Lincoln community. Same as we would do on any other panel that we're painting, we're going to now flat this back with a Scotch-Brite pad to make sure that the lacquer and paint has something to adhere to. Here you can see me inserting spray out cards around the face of the alloy so that I don't get any paint or lacquer on the tyres. Now that I've masked the face of the alloy off, I've put a bit of primer on the areas that I've repaired. Now it's time for some paint. Last but not least, a fresh coat of lacquer to make these bad boys pop.
And that is the finished product. They look mint, I think. Just hope they don't now show up the other ones too much, with them looking not quite as fresh, but to be honest, the other ones are in good nick anyway, so I think we'll be fine. So that's an advisory free MOT on this car. That's these new alloys, freshly painted. They look absolutely mint. I'm well chuffed with those. I don't think you'd spot the difference from that side. Obviously those need a clean. Aside from that, this is ready to go, so we'll get that valeted today and up for sale. Next episode we will definitely be going to see the new premise, so stay tuned. Guys, thanks for watching. Please, if you've enjoyed this video, subscribe, like, give me a comment. I'll reply to every single comment, and I'll see you in the next one.